Growing a business is kind of tricky right now. Supply chains are squeezed, tariffs and trade policies are dynamic, and cash flow, it's tighter than ever. You need clarity to come out on top. Without it, you risk falling behind. If only you could hop in the DeLorean and see the future, right? Thankfully, there's NetSuite by Oracle. NetSuite has real-time forecasting to help you move ahead with confidence. This is your AI-powered business management suite and the #1 cloud ERP. Trusted by over 42,000 businesses, NetSuite brings accounting, financial management, inventory, and HR all under one roof. It's your single source of truth, giving you the data and control you need to move quickly. And with AI built in, you can automate the busy work and focus on strategy. NetSuite helps you see what's stuck, what it's costing you, and how to pivot fast. If I were running a business with a lot of moving parts, I'd use NetSuite for full control over everything. Tame the chaos with NetSuite. If your revenues are at least in 7 figures, download the free ebook, Navigating Global Trade, 3 Insights for Leaders at netsuite.com/SPI. That's netsuite.com/SPI. Hey, I get it. You've worked really hard to build up your business, and it's doing great. So great that you need help now. The most important thing for your business is to hire the right people to support it. So how can you find amazing candidates quickly? Easy. Just use Indeed. When it comes to hiring, Indeed is all you need. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. Indeed Sponsored Jobs helps you stand out and hire fast. And with Sponsored Jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. And it makes a huge difference. According to Indeed data, Sponsored Jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applicants than non-sponsored jobs. And it's one of the largest databases of job seekers, too, giving business owners access to a wide range of candidates. And one of the things I love most about Indeed is the job alerts feature. I get notified when new candidates apply. There's no need to wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/smartpassive. Just go to Indeed.com/smartpassive right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/smartpassive. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring Indeed is all you need. You spent months building towards launch day, but when the clock hits 0, your site crashes. Bots swarm, and loyal fans rage on Reddit. That's not good. Fanfare was built to stop that. Fanfare is the drop platform made for high-pressure moments, stampede-proof infrastructure, verified waitlists, and bot filters that actually work. Instead of refunds and rage, you get retention and revenue. And that sounds great to me. Your next launch shouldn't be a gamble. Get Fanfare's 5-step hype drop playbook and learn how to bulletproof your drop at fanfare.io/playbook. Again, that's fanfare.io/playbook. Yo, what's up, everybody? Pat Flynn here, and it is not my normal publishing day, so I don't know if you're seeing this and you're like, wait, what? It's not Wednesday, or wait, is it Wednesday? No, it's not Wednesday. Actually, this is coming out on a Friday because it's a very special announcement that I wanted to make to you. I know a large percentage of the listeners, even those who have been following me for years now, have not yet heard Ask Pat 2.0. You might have heard me talk about Ask Pat. Ask Pat was a show that started a number of years back in 2014, and I answered an individual voicemail question from an audience member up until episode 1,000, which just was last year in November. We hit 1,000 episodes. We paused for a bit because, I was like, I've answered 1,000 questions. It was great. Short form episodes. But, a lot of the questions that are coming in now are kind of similar. And more importantly, I just wish I could have real conversations with those people so I could help them even further. And that's exactly what Ask Pat 2.0 is. So if you stick around, and I promise you this is worth your time, if you stick around, you're going to hear Ask Pat 2.0, a sample episode 1003 actually, with a woman named Jackie. And we're talking about, well, what one thing should I focus on? Because this is a problem that most entrepreneurs face. Squirrel syndrome, having too many things on their plate and getting nothing done. That's exactly what we break down in Jackie's situation on a live coaching call. Or not live because it was pre-recorded, but we're talking with each other back and forth. And I'm going through the coaching process, and you're going to hear me and Jackie discuss this and break things down and build things back up again. And I wanted to share this with you because these are what the episodes after episode 1000 of Ask Pat are like. And I want to encourage you to subscribe to that show because, I wanted to test it out to the Ask Pat subscribers here at the beginning of the year to see what they thought, and they're raving about it. And I cannot wait to share it with those of you who have yet to hear it And so we're just going to jump in right now. This is Ask Pat 2.0, episode 1003, a little bonus episode for you SPI subscribers and those of you catching this episode today. And I encourage you to go over to Ask Pat and listen to that. So if you subscribe to Ask Pat, you're going to hear more episodes just like this one. And you can also get coached yourself by me. If you go to askpat.com, you can just fill out the application there. And we do them once a week. So stick around. I promise it'll be worth your time. You're going to hear the Ask Pat intro, which is the same from the first version of Ask Pat. And we're just going to get right into the conversation with Jackie. Here we go.
Ask Pat.
AskPat.com.
AskPat.com.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Pat Flynn here, and welcome to episode 1003 of Ask Pat 2.0. Now, if you're not familiar with it, Ask Pat 2.0 is a coaching call between myself and somebody who has a business who had applied for coaching at askpat.com. And in exchange for coaching, I mean, this isn't a deal where they're paying me anything. In exchange for having a free coaching call, they're allowing you to actually listen in on that coaching call too. So you can learn and also implement. And I would love for you to listen all the way through and take this information and apply it. Share the show if you enjoy it as well. It's one of my favorite things to do. And I'm excited to talk to Jackie today to help her through an important decision that she had to make, because she knows that she needs to do something, but she just doesn't know how. And I'm going to help her through that, and you're going to hear it too. So, by the way, if you want to get your business potentially talked about and coached through here on this show, all you have to do is go to askpat.com and apply right there on that page. It's free to apply. All you have to do is tell me some stuff that'll make it interesting for me and everybody else listening. The questions are all there for you if you go to askpat.com. So check that out. Now, before we get to Jackie, I do want to also thank today's sponsor. Actually, it's a sponsor of this entire show, and that is FreshBooks, one of my favorite companies, because they help me not just manage my business finances in terms of helping me keep track of what's coming in, what's going out. Also with invoicing, they can make invoicing super simple for you. So it literally in less than 30 seconds, you can have a very professional invoice sent to the person that you coached or to the company that you're consulting for or whoever it is that you bill out there. You need to make that easy, because that's the moment at which you are about to get paid, right? And not only should it be easy to create, but it should be easy to A, understand who has already paid you and who has yet to pay you, but B, also who has even yet to open that invoice. I think this is one of the most powerful features of FreshBooks that's actually been really helpful for me too, because I can go and reach out to person A if they didn't yet even open that email, and I can talk to them differently than somebody who had opened the email and didn't pay. I'd probably be more upset at the person who did open it and didn't pay. But anyway, we're not going to go there. But for now, if you want to check out FreshBooks for free for 30 days, all you have to do is go to freshbooks.com/askpat and just make sure you enter Ask Pat in the How Did You Hear About Us section. That's it. That's all you got to do. All right. Now, here's today's coaching call with Jackie. Jackie, thank you so much for being on Ask Pat today. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about what you do.
Sure. So I was an ESL teacher in South Korea for 10 years. So during that time, I started an old blogger blog, and I was the only one talking about teaching in Korean universities. So I just ended up writing an ebook kind of based on that blog. And then I started a couple self-hosted websites related to ESL teaching. And then I wrote more books. And so that's how I got my start in the online business world. I just kind of fell into it. And now I live in Canada. I moved back to Canada. And at this point in time, I have around 30 books that are self-published on Amazon, and they are mostly related to ESL teaching. And I have 3 websites and a big email list related to that niche. So that's one thing I'm doing. And then I also, during that time, started some Amazon affiliate sites. So I have about 6 of them that I not actively, but that I keep up to date, kind of. And the other question I have for you today is, I'm making about the same amount of money on both of those things, but my problem is that I kind of feel torn between the two things, and I don't actually think I have time to focus on both of them. So yeah, I just would appreciate your thoughts on which direction to go, or if there's another way I could actually do both of those things, or yeah.
Why do you feel like you don't have time?
Because I feel like I'm really good at starting things, but like in actually writing the book, I'm quite good at, or starting the website and getting a bunch of content on it. But I'm not good at like things like promoting my books. And I feel like with actually some marketing and not writing any other books, I could actually probably double or triple or 4 times my income quite easily within like, say, a year. Mm-hmm. And the websites, I also feel kind of like the same thing. I could even like 10 times my income probably in a couple of years from the websites if I focused on things like outreach and guest posting and that kind of thing. So I'm way better at just starting than actually seeing things through till they actually make some serious money.
Why do you think that is?
I think part of it is that I'm a bit scared to do outreach. I just find it easier to just put something out there and then hope people notice it or...
I mean, that's the common thing between these two projects, right? It's get started and go and kind of automate, right? Versus get started and the follow through with the reach out. You're absolutely right. I think you nailed kind of what you're scared about.
Yeah, for sure it is. Yeah, I've always kind of thought that was my weakness. I just haven't really done anything about it to overcome it. I've always had a day job actually, so I didn't actually depend on this income. Mm-hmm. But just about a month ago, I decided to go full-time on the online business thing. So I quit my job and
well, congrats.
Now it's actually, thank you. Yeah, so now it's actually kind of serious. I need to make more money from this, and it's not just a fun hobby that I had. So,
do you believe that if you were to focus 100% or at least more percent on one of these versus kind of evenly dividing your time and attention to both, that you would be making more money?
Yeah, I think I would, because there's so much room for improvement on both of these things that, yeah, just by dividing my attention, I don't think I have enough time and energy to really do that. So, okay. Yeah, I think it would actually make a big difference.
I think so too. And why do you think you haven't yet made that decision to choose one over the other? What's stopping you from making that decision?
I kind of like having both of those things to do, because sometimes I feel motivated to write books, sometimes I feel motivated to work on my websites, and so I like both of those things. And at this point in time, I just actually before this call added up my income from both of those things from the previous year. Mm-hmm. And they are almost identical. So it's like, yeah, books are averaging $800 US a month, and then the websites are about $750 a month. So it's like actually identical. So it's like, that's why I'm so torn, because I like both of them, and I know my weakness, why I'm not doing better at both of them is the same, and they're making the same money. So it's like,
this is kind of cool. This is a unique situation, because many people I've spoken to who have multiple options like this, there's one that's obviously doing better than the other, and so that helps infer the decision, or there's one that the person has, obviously more passion for, and that infers the decision. But this is a very interesting case, and I think it's a good, almost kind of like a good problem to have, right? Like you have freedom to choose, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't feel like it's a bad problem. I feel like optimistic about it. So just kind of my thing that I was thinking was to devote maybe the next few months or even a year to improving one of them. So I currently have chosen one of my websites to work on, and I'm just doing outreach and trying to get guest posts, and it's actually going really well. So I'd focus on one thing and then sell it and then go full time on the other thing. So that was kind of my plan, but then I don't know if that's great. Why not just keep it in my portfolio? But then it's kind of back to the same problem, I guess.
What ultimately would you like to achieve here? What's your ultimate goal?
My ultimate goal is to, instead of earning, right now I earn about $1,500 a month for my online things, I would love to earn a full-time salary, something like $4,000 or $5,000 a month. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I would be really happy with that.
Now, what I often suggest when a person has two options that are equally, great, now they seem very great. This is very common in my podcasting course, for example. They have two ideas for a show. Right. So what I often do in that situation is I go, okay, well, both of these ideas are great. You have equal passion for both and can see yourself doing both. Well, let's actually plan ahead a little bit for both. So with the first one, we actually begin writing out, all the content that would be there and imagine what life would be like a year from now if that was the choice, right? And then we go the same route with the other one. And every single time during those exercises, there's some moment where that person goes, oh, well then, yeah, after now that I'm thinking about this and putting more detail into it, it makes complete sense to go down that route. Or sometimes it's the opposite. Oh, well, now that I'm going a year ahead of time now and realizing this, I realize I don't have actually as much content to share in this space. So it's obviously the other one's much better. So I think thinking a little bit ahead. So let's do some thought experiments really quick. If you were to choose ESL and focus on that niche, and the other beauty of this, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, Jackie, is that although you might focus on one, the others aren't going away, right? They'll still be there making passive income, at least. It's not like you're removing that income. You're just, right?
Yeah, that's 100% correct, especially with the books. The books, I actually don't really do anything. I have a huge autoresponder series, and they just some websites related to that, so they kind of sell themselves, actually. I think the websites are a little bit less passive in that you have to keep adding new content to stay high in the rankings and stuff like that. So for sure, the books are more passive.
Okay, so let's talk about the books, and let's say you devote the next year to the ESL niche that you're in.
Yeah.
A year from now, what would be the result of you focusing on that space? What would be there that's not there a year from now?
I think that I am a little bit tapped out for content that I have. I have a co-author, so between her and I, we've kind of covered most of the possibilities in that niche. It's not such a big one, so I think in a year from now, I could be earning more money from the books with promotional efforts. But in terms of like new content that I could write in a year from now, it wouldn't actually be that much. So I would have to like expand into other areas, I guess.
And how would you feel about that, knowing that, okay, well, I'm kind of tapped out for content here, so I'm not writing new books. I'm just focusing purely on the outreach of these books. What are you, how do you react to that? If that's what you're doing, because that's, you just said you'd be running out of content, but you would focus on that part that you know would make you more money. But for you, is that something you want to do?
That actually didn't give me a good feeling when you were saying that. I like writing and creating and doing new things, like even just writing like a blog post on one of my Amazon affiliate sites and doing some research and like learning some new things. Like I'm excited about that. I like that part of it. And so just focusing almost solely on promotion of those books that I have, I don't think I would be happy doing that at all, actually.
Interesting. Okay, well, let's go the other way. Let's say that we focus on the Amazon affiliate sites. The year from now, what's new? What wasn't there before?
I think my websites are going to be bigger, just in terms of more content, for sure. And I think outreach, I think that I will have way more connections in my niche and be doing things like podcasts and guest posts and focusing on link building through different methods, which I think is quite interesting. Actually, I listen to a lot of podcasts and do a bunch of reading about that kind of stuff. And yeah, that actually sounds way more interesting to me than book promotion. Actually, when I listen to podcasts and stuff, that's the kind of thing I listen to. I don't really listen to like self-publishing podcasts.
So what would you say, based on just this quick thought experiment, would be the right direction for you?
I think that focusing on the websites would probably be the right direction. And I think I actually could still keep earning money from the books, like even 3 or 5 years down the road, even with very little effort. Well, it's not the case for the websites, for sure.
And personally, I think that the books are a great, almost like a safety net in case something were to happen with, because my only worry with the Amazon stuff is, for example, Amazon, you're relying on Amazon, right? And Amazon or Google or whoever can change anything at any time. But if that were to all go away, that wouldn't mean everything goes away, because you still have this passive business that is pretty much where it needs to be with the content. And then you could potentially, at least in the meantime, begin to start pouring more time and effort into that if something were to happen. But where would you be most happy? Where would you be the most happy?
Well, just in this past month, since I went full time with my online thing, I chose one website that was earning the most money, and I've been focusing on that, and I've been doing outreach, and it's been really fun. Like, I'm actually really excited about it, and I'm seeing some good results, and so I think I would just be happiest doing that. And
so you mentioned earlier that like you weren't so keen on doing the outreach, and that's something that you wouldn't want to do with the books. But now with a website that you are excited about, you're actually doing that.
The books, I feel like, is more like personal. Like, it's my, I don't know, it's just kind of my journey, or like my things that I did in the classroom, and it's more personal, I guess. So it feels kind of like harder to have that rejection. But for my Amazon affiliate sites, it's like I just review content, or like review, products on Amazon, or give informational tips about how to use those products or whatever. So it's like, I guess the rejection doesn't hit me as hard. Or like if I get a negative review about my book on Amazon, I kind of feel like, like I put so much time and effort into that. So I think that's the hard thing for me about the books.
It's so interesting when you talk about the Amazon stuff versus your books. Like, even, I don't know if anybody can hear it, but I can hear it. There's like a tone, there's like a tonal change in your voice, and the breathing. It's really interesting. So I know what I feel like I would recommend you do, but I'd love to I mean, you even said it yourself, I think, already. Like, you know that you're going to spend a little bit more time on the Amazon stuff. Now, if you are saying yes to that, what does that mean you won't be doing on the book related stuff?
It means that I probably will not keep writing new books. I'm just finishing up one right now with my co-author, but I think after that one is done, then I'll just be done with that. And
there's some like noises in the spot that you're in.
Sorry, it's just the washing machine.
Oh, okay.
It's done right
like, is somebody like rapidly knocking on the door behind you, a woodpecker or something?
It's good.
Okay, no. This is it's fine. This is like real life stuff here, so that's totally cool. So you said that you wouldn't be publishing more books.
Yeah, I wouldn't be doing more books. And I probably, that would be about it, I think. And I would just let the rest of it just kind of go as it would normally. And maybe I would do like a blog post on all my websites, those 3 websites, like every couple months or whatever, just to keep things up to date. But that would be about it, I think.
Very cool. How do you feel?
I feel good. I feel kind of relieved, actually, that's like, it's kind of been weighing on my mind about this question. And actually my girlfriend, agrees. She actually thinks that I should focus on the affiliate websites. And
I'm glad we're in alignment.
Yeah, she like really feels quite strongly about this. So. She was super curious to hear what you had to say.
Well, I mean, you're the one that said everything. I was just guiding the conversation. So, I mean, I think just to point out that, it was really you who made this decision, not me.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. And actually, I have a question for you.
Absolutely.
Is it worth building up the books, or just even at this point in time, selling them on a place like Empire Flippers? Because I actually saw recently Empire Flippers had a couple listings for KDP, the self-publishing things, where they've never had that before. So people are actually selling these kind of self-publishing businesses. I don't know if it's worth it or not. I kind of go back and forth in my head about that, and would appreciate your thoughts on that.
Yeah, again, I mean, I always use a year from now, what would that be like? And also, what are your goals with that? So how much would make sense for you to sell it off if you were to sell it off? Like just assuming that is something that you can do on Empire Flippers. And then a year from now, how would you feel if that wasn't there anymore? I mean, you had this cash injection. Would that feel great? Like for some, it might be, I'd feel amazing knowing that that's in somebody else's hands. They're taking care of it and I don't have to worry about it anymore. And I have this money. Or some people might be like, it's like for me with my, my security guard site, right? Like I could sell that, but that's like my first niche site that I shared with the world. And there's some sentimental value there. So I wouldn't do that. I don't know. What would you say a year from now if you sold it? How would you feel?
I kind of had a sentimental thing too, because those websites and those books are kind of how I earned my first dollars in the online business world. So I have that, but
it doesn't mean that you need to keep them though. And I know that's the case for me too. Like that, I've been challenged by that too. And I think that it really, we might not be able to get into it today, but it really it goes into, okay, well, what are your goals? And by selling this, what is that allowing you to do that you couldn't do?
I think selling it would allow me, or just give me a chunk of money to invest into my Amazon sites for sure. Like hire a VA or hire content writers, or just
if you were to hire a VA and a content writer, what would that allow you to do?
I think if I did that, it would just allow me to scale it up instead of focusing on only one website like I'm doing right now. I'm devoting 40 hours a week to this one website. Mm-hmm. I could be focusing on 2 or 3 or 4 websites. Like a VA could be doing all the guest posting outreach, and then I get guest posts, and then a content writer writes them. So it would just be a lot more automated, I guess, than it is now, because now it's just me doing it. So I think, I could just grow the business a lot faster.
I mean, that sounds, and it goes back to what your initial goals were, which was to pick one of these that you can grow faster. Yeah. So I think it would help me. It would give me a cushion of money instead of dipping into my savings to fund the websites. It would just be straight money from my online business, which I would actually feel a lot better about reinvesting that money instead of using my savings from my day job, I guess. Mm-hmm. Okay, so if you were to go down that route, if you choose to explore it, consider how much you might want to get for it as a multiplier of what you're making per year, right? So for example, you could earn 2 years worth of income and get 2 years worth of income from this website in one sale.
Yeah.
Does that, and you don't have to answer this, but does that sit right with you? Or is it what if somebody paid just what you could make in 1 year? Is that enough? Or is it, do you need 5 years? So know where that is for you. Because once you start to sell it, then it's about negotiations and all this outreach and all this people stuff that can be hard for some people. It can get to that awkward car salesy. Well, what if I paid you this and then this? So know what that number is, so you can walk in there with confidence if you choose to sell it, and it just becomes a very clear yes or no for you.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool. So let me ask you to finish off. What was the most useful thing that you discovered today?
I just think it was super useful thinking about a year from now and picturing myself sitting, I guess, in front of my computer and what do I want to be doing? And I don't want to be doing 100% book marketing. Certainly not. Where doing the Amazon sites, I think it's still going to be fun and interesting, and there's always new things to discover and new things to learn about that. So I think I'm going to still love it in a year from now. So that was the most useful thing. I
love it, Jackie. Well, we'll check in with you at some point mid-year and just see how things are going. And I'm excited. So thank you for taking the time.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Pat, for your help.
Absolutely. All right. I hope you enjoyed that call with Jackie. Jackie, thank you so much for coming on. And I'm looking forward to seeing your progress. One thing that I was thinking of doing, I don't know what you guys think about this, but perhaps 6 months down the road, or even maybe next year, bringing some people back. Like, on Shark Tank, they have those updated stories of people who were selected by the investors to kind of work together with them, and then they kind of come back in the future, and always got to put a Back to the Future reference in, and that's where this one lies in this episode. But you know how they always kind of do a recap of how that went after that decision was made? I think we should do that here on Ask Pat. So after these coaching calls, several months down the road, bringing a few of them back, maybe per your request even, I'll figure that out later, but to do an update to see if either A, they implemented or not, and B, what were the results of either doing it or not doing it? What are some of the struggles that are still there? What are some of the struggles that came out of nowhere that you didn't even know about? That would be really, really fun, and I'm so excited for that. So obviously, this show is not going anywhere, so I would recommend subscribing. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do that now. And if you're digging the new format, the way that I would love to know that you're digging it is through a review on iTunes. Let me know. I read each and every one of them, and I'm stoked to hear what you think because I always want to improve. And I think that this is already, from the feedback that I'm getting from others since the coaching calls started in episode 1001, people are really loving this format because they don't normally get access to this kind of conversation like this. So if you enjoy it, please subscribe. Please leave me a review. And if you want to get an application in to potentially have your business coached on as well, just head to askpat.com and you can apply right there. Thank you to FreshBooks for sponsoring this show, because FreshBooks is a lifesaver for me because they help me manage my business finances. I've been using them for quite a while now, especially with billing and invoicing. Like I said, it just makes it super simple, and it's just one of my favorite tools. So go ahead and check them out. If you want to get a 30-day free trial, and check them out, go to freshbooks.com/askpat and just make sure you enter Ask Pat in the How Did You Hear About Us section. All good. All right, guys, thanks so much. I appreciate you. I look forward to serving you in next week's episode. Until then, my name is Pat Flynn. I'm here to help you make more money, save more time, and help more people. Keep crushing it, guys. Take care. Bye. Hey, so I hope you enjoyed that conversation with Jackie. And if you want more like this, these kinds of episodes exist now on the Ask Pat podcast. They come out once a week, every Thursday. I just wanted to share it with you to show you that it's there, because I know a lot of you loved these kinds of conversations when they've been brought on to the SPI podcast. Not a person who is an expert at something sharing something with you guys, but more so me breaking down a person's situation who's right in the middle of it. And I know a lot of you are in the middle of it too. And again, like I said earlier, you can apply to get coaching by me, just like you just heard with Jackie, at askpat.com. It'll redirect you to the Ask Pat homepage on smartpassiveincome.com, and you can just apply right there in the middle of the page. You can listen to some of the other episodes, and please subscribe to the Ask Pat podcast. This and the SPI podcast are a great combo for you as you grow and scale your business. Thank you again so much. My name is Pat Flynn, here to help you make more money, save more time, and help more people too. Thank you. You guys are part of Team Flynn, and I'm so thankful for that. Hashtag Team Flynn for the win. Bye. Look, I get it. You want to grow your business, but trying to sell to hundreds or even thousands of people gets very exhausting very fast. But what if you could sell at scale with a simple, powerful quiz? Score App helps you sell to more people without adding more to your plate. You build a quiz or assessment that your audience actually wants to take. Then they answer a few quick questions and get a personalized result right away. It shows them where they're at and what they need to do next and how you can help. And you build huge amounts of trust before you make even a single offer. No hard sell, no chasing leads, just value at scale. Get 50% off the first 3 months using the discount code SPI. All you have to do is just head to scoreapp.com/SPI. Again, that's scoreapp.com/SPI. More people dream about building their own business and being their own boss rather than retiring early. But a majority of them never even take the first steps to register the business. Why? Because starting a business can feel overwhelming. With legal forms, paperwork, finances, it's a lot. And that's where Taylor Brands comes in. Taylor is a complete business builder designed to make launching your business simple and stress-free. You can register your LLC in just minutes, keeping your personal and business assets separate from day one. And from there, you can get access to everything you need to get off the ground, from legal documents, licenses and permits, invoicing and bookkeeping tools, and even a 100-day business coaching program to help you hit the ground running. You'll also get a free personalized business plan, branding tools, and so much more. And of course, our listeners get an exclusive 35% discount to get started. Just head to taylorbrands.com/SPI. That's TAILORBRANDS.com/SPI.
Stop dreaming, start building with Taylor Brands.